Look, I have a different schedule than almost 99% of football coaches in the world. And by the end of this explanation, you'll know why I wouldn't trade my role for any role in any level of football. Here's my 2022 so far. My season starts in January when the guys who are finishing up college, getting ready for the NFL draft, come out to Southern California for the Summit Draft Prep program. These dudes all stay in one house in Dana Point, California, where I live, and we get ready for the first phase, which for them is the All-Star games. Senior Bowl, Shrine Game, NFLPA game, different guys going to different places, get them ready to rock for that. Then in March, I run each of these guys' pro days. They go back to their college, all the NFL personnel come to watch them, put on a show. This year, that took me Cincinnati, Reno, Cal Berkeley, and all the way up to Pullman, Washington. But also during that time, we started the Summit Tour, which is a youth and high school quarterback camp, and we did 12 of these stops around the country. But once we got going, we took that show on the road. We started here in Orange County, then we went to Austin, Arizona, Nashville, and kept it on rolling. We also put on a camp in Los Angeles Super Bowl week. So we have a Summit Tour stop up there, went right into a mock combine the day before the Super Bowl up at UCLA. Had a couple appearances. Will Levis came out and threw, got to throw with him for the first time. Met up with Joey B the day before the Super Bowl and was able to just keep this thing rolling through February. Then it was off to Austin, Texas, linked up with last year's Elite 11 MVP and Clemson Tigers quarterback Cade Klubnik. Also was able to have him help with the camp back at his hometown of Westlake in Austin, Texas. Then we did something I hadn't really done before. Look, I've ran a lot of pro days. I've never thrown at one. We went up to USC, threw at Drake London's private pro day workout for a handful of teams alongside TJ Houshmandzadeh. Super fun day, helping that dude take one more step in his draft journey. Then went to Las Vegas, had the draft there, also had a Summit Tour stop there. And we had a lot of meetings and we didn't shoot a lot of content when we were there, but was pretty fired up to be able to sit in a hotel and watch Dez get selected by the Falcons, if you couldn't tell already. Then after the draft, that's about when the vets start warming it up again for this year. So whether it was guys coming in for a week, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, or the dudes who just like live here in the off season, April got really rolling with the NFL vets as they built their off season program. In between those workouts, still hit that Summit Tour. We were out in Charlotte, went to Chicago, and then we finished up in Lake Tahoe this July. We also did a concept that I've never done before, first of its kind. We had QB1 at a college and wide receiver 1 at a college come out, spend a weekend, work with myself, Mike White, TJ Houshmandzadeh, building that chemistry and putting points of emphasis on very specific parts of their game so they could take it back to their university and give it away to the rest of the room. Super cool concept. Ended up running that in June. Got big plans for that concept next year. My on-field coaching part of the year, which really for me is the season, even though for the quarterbacks it's their off season, is actually coming to an end next week. Kind of sad, but it's also happening right when football season starts, so I'm freaking jacked. But look, this year we had over 300 kids come to the Summit Tour from 42 states and 5 different countries, also including like Alaska and Hawaii. It was bananas. From a college perspective, I saw over 30 different guys this offseason. From a high school perspective, aside from Summit Tour, I probably saw another 40. We're talking about a couple hundred different quarterbacks, let alone what we were able to reach on social, whether that's Summit Digital, YouTube, or any of these social media platforms. This season for me, was a blast. I get a lot of comments on social media and DMs and questions, and I'm like, hey, why don't you coach for these guys? Or how come you never coach on this team or whatever? The reality is this: if you followed along with this video to this point, it should be crystal clear why I think I got the best job in football.